Low-carb diets are everywhere on social media in conversations and in the latest health trends. Stories of quick weight loss and boosted energy make them sound like a miracle fix. But why are so many people drawn to cutting carbs? Diets like Atkins Keto and Paleo all share one thing: they focus on reducing carbohydrates. The promise? Fast weight loss and better health. With so much conflicting advice, it's easy to feel lost about what to eat. Low-carb plans offer a simple rule: cut back on bread, pasta, and sugar. But is this approach right for everyone? And can it last? Let's break down what low-carb diets really mean, their effects, and whether they're worth the hype. Knowledge is power. Let's get the facts straight. A low-carb diet, at its core, is about making strategic choices regarding your carbohydrate intake. It limits foods high in carbohydrates, those readily converted into glucose in your body. This isn't just about cutting back, it's about shifting your primary energy source. Think about the usual suspects: bread, pasta, sweets, and those tempting sugary drinks. These are often the first to go, or at least drastically reduced. They represent concentrated sources of quickly digestible carbs that can spike blood sugar levels. Instead of relying on carbohydrates, you strategically focus on proteins. Think of lean meats, fatty fish rich in omega-3s, versatile eggs, and a variety of dairy products, depending on your tolerance and the specific low-carb plan you're following. And don't forget the importance of healthy fats. Incorporate sources like creamy avocados, satisfying nuts and seeds, and the flavorful olive oil. These fats not only provide energy but also contribute to satiety and overall well-being. Some low-carb plans are incredibly strict, like the ketogenic diet, often referred to as keto. These stricter plans involve allowing under 50 grams of carbs a day, a level that forces the body to enter a state of ketosis, burning fat for fuel instead of glucose. This requires meticulous tracking and planning. However, others are far more moderate, offering greater flexibility and a less restrictive approach to carbohydrate consumption. The fundamental idea behind any low-carb diet, regardless of its strictness, is to strategically swap carbohydrates for protein and healthy fats in your meals. This shift in macronutrient ratios can be incredibly beneficial, as protein and fats help you feel full and energized for longer periods, reducing cravings and promoting a more stable energy level throughout the day. To achieve this, you'll generally need to avoid or significantly limit foods like white bread, white rice, and potatoes, all of which are quickly digested and can lead to blood sugar spikes. And of course, you'll want to minimize your intake of most desserts, cakes, cookies, and other sugary treats that offer little nutritional value. Depending on the specific plan you choose, even some fruits and starchy vegetables may be restricted due to their carbohydrate content. The extent of these restrictions will vary depending on how low you decide to go with your carbohydrate intake and the specific goals you're trying to achieve. Therefore, reading food labels diligently becomes absolutely essential. This is crucial to accurately track your carb intake and ensure you're staying within your desired daily limits. However, remember that a low-carb approach isn't necessarily about completely cutting out all carbohydrates from your diet. It's more about being mindful of the types of carbohydrates you consume and the amounts you're eating, focusing on portion control and making informed choices. Prioritize nutrient-dense whole foods whenever possible to ensure you're getting the vitamins, minerals, and fiber your body needs to stay healthy and function optimally. Incorporating plenty of non-starchy vegetables, a variety of seeds, and if tolerated, full-fat dairy products can be a great way to help fill any potential nutritional gaps that might arise from restricting certain food groups. Ultimately, finding the right balance is absolutely key. Don't just focus on cutting carbs. Instead, build a sustainable and nourishing diet that supports your overall health and well-being in the long term. That's the key to making a low-carb approach truly work for you and integrating it into a healthy and fulfilling lifestyle. So, what happens when you cut carbs? It's a question many people ask when considering a dietary change. Understanding the science behind it can empower you to make informed decisions about your health and wellness journey. Let's delve into the fascinating world of carbohydrate metabolism and explore the effects of reducing your carb intake. Carbs, or carbohydrates, break down into glucose. This glucose is your body's primary and preferred energy source. Think of it as the fuel that powers your cells, allowing you to perform daily activities, from walking and talking to thinking and exercising. Less carbs mean less glucose circulating in your bloodstream. When you significantly reduce your carbohydrate intake, your body needs to find an alternative fuel source. As a result, your body lowers insulin levels, which is a hormone that helps glucose enter your cells. With less glucose available, your body cleverly switches gears and starts burning stored fat for fuel. This is a fundamental shift in metabolism. This metabolic switch is why people often see quick weight loss when they first reduce their carb intake. It's an initial indication that the body is responding to the change in diet. This initial weight loss is often, especially water-weight at first. This is because carbohydrates hold on to water in the body. As your body uses up stored glycogen, which is the storage form of glucose, you lose water along with it. Glycogen is stored in your muscles and liver, and it binds to water molecules. This initial drop on the scale can be motivating, providing a sense of accomplishment and encouraging you to continue on your path. However, true fat loss takes longer and requires consistency in your dietary habits and lifestyle. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and patience is key. On very low-carb diets, typically those restricting carbs to under 50 grams per day, your body may enter a metabolic state called ketosis. During ketosis, your body becomes highly efficient at burning fat for energy and producing ketones, which are alternative fuel molecules derived from fat. Some people report feeling more focused and experiencing improved mental clarity when their bodies are in ketosis. Many also find that they experience reduced appetite and less hunger in ketosis, which can be helpful for weight management. However, achieving ketosis is not required for all the potential low-carb benefits. You can still reap many rewards without drastically restricting your carbohydrate intake. The real magic, so to speak, is in how your body adapts over time to efficiently using fat instead of carbs as its primary fuel source. This metabolic flexibility is key. This adaptation often leads to more stable energy levels throughout the day and improved appetite control, reducing cravings and overeating. These are common perks that many people experience when adopting a lower-carb lifestyle. But remember, the science of nutrition is ultimately about balance, moderation, and sustainability, not about extreme restrictions or fad diets. What are the real upsides of going low-carb? Weight loss is the big one. Lower insulin and more protein can help you shed pounds and feel fuller. Many people notice more stable energy, avoiding the sugar highs and crashes from refined carbs. Blood sugar control often improves, especially for those with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. Some even reduce their need for diabetes medication, but always check with your doctor first. Appetite control is another plus. Protein and fat keep you satisfied, so you naturally eat less. Ketones, if you're very low carb, may further suppress hunger. Feeling in control of your appetite can make healthy eating much easier. These benefits can boost confidence and make sticking to changes more manageable. But remember, results vary. Listen to your body. Embarking on a low-carb journey can feel like setting sail on a new adventure. However, it's important to recognize that low-carb isn't all smooth sailing. It's not always a simple, straightforward path. Before diving in, there are real challenges to consider. It's crucial to be aware of potential hurdles and prepare for them proactively. Understanding these challenges will set you up for greater success. Early on, as your body adjusts to this new way of eating, you might feel tired, foggy, and experience a general lack of energy. This is a common initial reaction. Some people even experience what's known as the keto flu, a collection of flu-like symptoms. These symptoms are usually temporary, as your body adapts to using fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. It's a significant metabolic shift. Staying well hydrated and replenishing electrolytes can significantly help alleviate these symptoms, but it can take a week or so for your body to fully adjust and for these initial side effects to subside. Patience is key during this period. Cutting carbs from your diet can also inadvertently mean losing a significant source of fiber. This is because many foods that are naturally high in fiber, such as whole grains, certain fruits and legumes, are also relatively high in carbohydrates. Without enough fiber in your diet, you risk experiencing constipation, digestive discomfort, and potentially compromising your overall gut health. To combat this, focus on incorporating low-carb, high-fiber foods into your meals, such as leafy greens like spinach and kale, nutrient-rich avocados, and a variety of nuts and seeds, which are excellent sources of both fiber and healthy fats. Furthermore, eliminating entire food groups from your diet can inadvertently lead to vitamin and mineral deficiencies or gaps in your nutritional intake. Remember that fruits and whole grains, while higher in carbs, offer a wide range of essential vitamins and minerals that you might otherwise miss. Therefore, a well-planned low-carb diet should prioritize including a diverse variety of nutrient-dense foods to ensure you're meeting all your body's needs. In the long term, adhering to a very strict low-carb diet can sometimes feel restrictive and unsustainable. This can make it challenging to maintain, particularly in social situations where high-carb foods are often prevalent. Ultimately, the best diet is one that you genuinely enjoy and find satisfying, and that you can realistically stick with consistently over the long term, making it a sustainable part of your lifestyle. Focus on building healthy habits that you can maintain, rather than just rigidly following strict rules that may be difficult to sustain. Not all carbs are created equal. Refined carbs like white bread and sweets are best limited. Whole food carbs, vegetables, fruits, beans, and whole grains offer fiber, vitamins, and steady energy. Low-carb diets can help people with type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, or those struggling with weight. Some with PCOS may also benefit, but always approach with care. However, strict low-carb isn't for everyone. Athletes, especially in endurance sports, need carbs for performance. Those who are underweight, have a history of eating disorders, or are pregnant or breastfeeding should be cautious. Restrictive diets can trigger unhealthy patterns or miss key nutrients. Always tailor your approach to your unique needs and health status. When in doubt, consult a professional. The bottom line, low-carb diets can be helpful, but they're not a one-size-fits-all solution. Focus on what works for your body and what you can maintain long-term. Before making big changes, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. They'll help you plan a healthy, balanced approach that meets your needs. Prioritize real whole foods. Fill your plate with colorful veggies, quality protein, and healthy fats. Choose carbs wisely. Go for fiber-rich, unprocessed sources. Sustainable, healthy eating is about balance, not extremes. Build habits you enjoy and can stick with. Health is a lifelong journey. Listen to your body, and don't fear all carbs. Take care of yourself, one mindful meal at a time.